I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Aaron.
Today we're going to be teaching you about the logical fallacy, personal attack.
This fallacy is also known as ad hominem, or against the man or against the person.
This is a commonly used fallacy in all kinds of arguments, especially easy to find in political debates and arguments between family members.
This fallacy is mainly used to discredit or distract from a person's argument or discredit the person who's making the argument instead of actually attacking the argument itself.
According to newscore.com, a personal attack is committed when a person substitutes abusive remarks for evidence when attacking another person's claim or claims. This line of reasoning is fallacious because the attack is directed at the person making the claim and not the claim itself. The truth value of a claim is independent of the person making the claim. After all, no matter how repugnant, causing a strong feeling of dislike or disgust, an individual might be, he or she can still make true claims.
There are 3 parts to this logical fallacy. The first one is abusive, the second one is circumstantial, and the third one is tu quoque, or you also.
The abusive personal attack attacks the person directly, trying to discredit the person rather than the argument that they are making.
According to yourlogicalfallacyis.com, ad hominem attacks can take the form of overtly attacking somebody, or in a more subtle way, casting doubt on their character or personal attributes as a way to discredit their argument. The result of an ad hominem attack can be to undermine someone's case without actually having to engage with it.
Yeah, our Christmas tree is definitely the best one in town.
Hold on. Have you seen all of the Christmas trees in Reading?
Shh. It's best for people who don't know anything about Christmas trees to try not to discuss anything about Christmas, really.
In this example, my 2 feathered friends, Chip and Chirp, are having an argument about human cloning. Chip says, "I believe that human cloning is wrong." Chirp says, "Of course you would say that. You're an idiot." Chirp's logical fallacy here is that instead of addressing Chip's statement that he believes human cloning is wrong, he simply attacks Chip by saying that he's an idiot. In this example, it appears that the lobster and the shrimp are at a presidential debate, and the lobster says, "Can we let a shrimp like this run our great country?" The lobster has resorted to a personal attack on the shrimp in an attempt to win the debate, instead of perhaps actually debating on, say, policies.
According to our Professor Kat Fry, the circumstantial personal attack attacks the relationship between the person and the argument they're making.
Newscore says, a circumstantial ad hominem is a fallacy in which one attempts to attack a claim by asserting that the person making the claim is simply making it out of self-interest. In some cases, this fallacy involves substituting attack on a person's circumstances, such as the person's religion, political affiliation, or ethnic background. A circumstantial ad hominem is a fallacy because a person's interests and circumstances have no bearing on the truth or falsity of the claim being made. For example, Bill claims that 1 + 1 = 2, but he is a Republican, so his claim is false.
Babe, you should really stop eating that 6-year-aged cheddar cheese. It's not good for you.
Dude, you just want it all for yourself.
What?
Tu quoque, or tu quoque, or you also, tries to discredit the person by saying that they don't practice what they preach.
According to Newscore, This fallacy is committed when it is concluded that a person's claim is false because 1. It is inconsistent with something else a person has said, or 2. What a person says is inconsistent with their actions. The fact that the person makes inconsistent claims does not make any particular claim he makes false, although of any pair of inconsistent claims, only one can be true, but both can be false. Also, the fact that a person's claims are not consistent with his actions might indicate that the person is a hypocrite, but this does not prove that his claims are false. For example, Peter says, "Based on the arguments I've presented, it is evident that it is morally wrong to use animals for food or clothing." And Bill says, "But you're wearing a leather jacket and you have a roast beef sandwich in your hand. How can you say that using animals for food and clothing is wrong?" Bill's really upset about that.
Babe, how many times do I gotta tell you? You gotta put your dishes in the dishwasher.
But you just put your dishes in the sink.
My argument still stands.
Dual wielding's definitely the best way to go.
You can't say that. You're using a two-handed elven battle axe.
Well, I may have spent a bunch of perks on upgrading my two-handed battle axe skills, and so it just makes sense to use it even though I think dual wielding's way cooler now. To sum up, remember that the logical fallacy personal attack is exactly that, an attack on the person aiming to discredit them instead of the argument that they're making.
Please note, the following personal attack should not be used. There are way better shortstops than Derek Jeter.